Hi everybody, it's Steph from Studio Web and other sites. In this quick little video, I want to introduce you to the idea of responsive web design and responsive websites. For a lot of you, this is maybe beginning basic stuff and you don't really need to learn this, so you can stop the video now and move on. For those of you who are not sure what that is, basically a responsive website is a site that responds and changes and reconfigures itself based on the particular browser or device that the person happens to be using. So if they visit your site on an iPad or an iPhone or a big screen or a small screen on your laptop, doesn't matter, the responsive site will adjust itself accordingly. So we take a look at this, and this site here, Studio Web, was built to be responsive. So now we have a pretty wide screen now, and now watch what happens as I shrink it and increase it. You see everything's adjusting, the images are resized. Notice how the image gets smaller, and now text gets reflowed and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's pretty good. It will even do that on the video. I'll just turn down the volume. Watch how the video will even shrink now based on the size of the screen. So this is pretty cool stuff, and this is modern day web design. Now there's different ways of doing this. The basic way, the bare bones way, is to use something called CSS media queries, and I'll be covering that in other videos. Another way to do it is to use a framework. The framework that we prefer is something called Twitter Bootstrap. This is what this was made with. Yes, the same Twitter, the social network there. They put out a framework that makes it really easy for you to create these type of responsive websites. The Twitter, for instance, creates this menu for you automatically, which is kind of reminiscent of the Chrome menu here. And that's pretty much it. It's just a quick introduction. So when you hear responsive websites, you know what it is. Sites will change depending on the device that you happen to be using to view the website. This is very useful. It used to be a real pain in the butt to do back in the day. Now with frameworks like Twitter Bootstrap and CSS media queries, it's no problemos. I just decided to tack on this little bit to my little responsive thing. I know I've talked about responsive design before, but sometimes it's good to revisit rather a particular topic and change the title of the video sort of to get to the point. Sometimes I bury things in the lead, if you will. So I'm sure I've talked about responsive sites before, and I buried it. So another thing I've been doing, I've been trying to improve the production quality, if you will, of the videos, increase the workflow, basically increase the workflow, improve my workflow, my video creation workflow, because we're actually starting to work on a whole bunch of new stuff, so we wanted to have a nice streamlined process. Now, in the process of exploring technologies and looking at sound and stuff, of course, you got to be careful when you put a nerd together with what's going on here. When you put a nerd together with new technology, you can find some stupid things will happen. It's very tempting to do stupid things as you explore technologies, because there's all kinds of gadgets these days that you can utilize to enhance your videos or enhance your work. But a lot of the times it just gets in the way. It's just kind of stupid. So we got to be careful in any work that you do that you don't put unnecessary elements, even if it's cool at that particular moment.